For today's Photoshop lesson, you need to get onto Schoology and then find both pictures we will be editing today for our lessons. Click on Blur Background Art Student, right-click, Save Image As. On the left, make sure it's going to your Downloads, then click Save. Then go back, and while we're here, go ahead and get the purple flower as well. Right-click, Save Image As. It should go back to Downloads, Save. And now we're ready to work in Photoshop. So launch Photoshop and log in if you need to. Go to Open. If it asks you, say Open from computer, some of those do that too. And open up the flower picture and open up the blur background photo. You can toggle back and forth by clicking on the tabs across the top. We're going to start with blur background. We need to blur out this background so we concentrate more on the art student in the foreground. Now, Photoshop does have some AI that I usually like. Select subject would normally select her, but in this case it doesn't select the table, and it also accidentally selects some people in the background. So this is one of those rare cases where I'm going to want to deselect this information or not use that AI select. Instead, we're going to use what's called the Quick Selection tool. On your toolbar, go the fourth one down, looks like a paintbrush. Click and hold it down until you see Quick Selection tool. Choose that one. And then using your mouse, I want to paint over my main subject. I also want to get the table. It's okay if we get the person next to her. And it does accidentally grab some of the background. To add and take away at the top, you're going to see plus paintbrush and minus paintbrush. I want to click on minus because I do not want the cabinetry behind her or her chair, but I do want her. I'll go ahead and get her chair right here. There we go. We have the table. Oh, I need some of her eye. And close enough. Really, I just want you to select her and some of the table. This for the project or the practice project does not have to be perfect. All right, we have her and the table selected. I want to blur the background, so I need to select the background. Go to Select, Inverse, which is the background. So now the background is selected. Filter, Blur, Lens Blur. On the right-hand side, this is going to give us a preview. On the right-hand side where it says Radius, slowly move this triangle more and more to the right until it looks realistic. If you went all the way, it's ridiculous. But somewhere in the late 20s, early 30s, I'm going to put it on 30, it looks like you used a large hole aperture to blur the background. So I'm going to choose 30, then click OK. And now I have finished this one. To deselect, you can click deselect at the bottom or on your keyboard, Control D. Now we can see our finished picture. File, save a copy. We're going to call this one Blur Background Done or whatever makes sense to you so you know it's different. Also put that in your downloads. Save and OK. Then go to the flower picture. This next one works better if the photo is a square. So click your quick selection tool, the square with the dotted lines. Click and drag a box around the purple flower. I want it square-ish, doesn't have to be perfect. Image, crop. So now we have a square flower. Then go to Filter, Blur, Radial Blur. This simulates motion. Around 19 is good. You can move this up and down if you want to. Then click OK, and it looks like the flower is spinning now. So it's like you did a slow shutter speed and moved the camera or twisted the lens to take a picture. File, save a copy. Flower done. Save that in your downloads, click OK. And then you do have a third assignment. That is to do your own picture with either blur background or radial blur. Your own photo can be of absolutely anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Open up a photo that you have taken. Again, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm just trying to find something. What I can do here is I can select the tree and blur the background, or I can do the radial blur. It doesn't matter which one I do here. I probably wouldn't want to do both, but I'm going to do radial blur on this one, click OK, and then submit that one in as my third picture for this assignment. If you have any questions, please let me know.